Well, let's start off some Lions talk this morning or this afternoon with some good news. All right, Chris Ballard, he's the general manager for the Indianapolis Colts, said that they done with Eric Ebron. Let's talk a little bit about it. We back, Mercy Sports Talk. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and yeah, Eric Ebron wore out his welcome in Indianapolis. Now he did, I think, this year had one of the catches of the year. But in the middle of the year, he had an ankle injury, said he couldn't go. So I don't know if his personality wore off or did they not think his ankle injury was severe enough and felt that he quit on the team. All right. And don't forget, they got the other tight end, too. I can't remember his name. Jack Doyle school. I think his name Jack Doyle. I know his last name was Doyle. And, you know, at the end of the day, Ebron had this big breakout season one. And basically was sticking the middle fingers up to Lions fans and Lion Nation because, you know, a lot of Lions fans did not like Eric Ebron. They took like a top 10, 8 pick, and he just couldn't catch the ball. And a lot of the Ebron hatred, all right, it really manifested with Brandon Pettigrew. He was the beneficiary of Brandon Pettigrew being a failure the year Matthew Stafford was drafted. They drafted Pettigrew as a tight end. Pettigrew was just dropping balls and guys were snatching balls out of Pettigrew's hands. Then they drafted Ebron. Ebron had all these drops and he wasn't productive enough. So really, it wasn't that Ebron was an asshole or not a likable person. Just a lot of the malice for him came from Pettigrew. Now people saying, why didn't T.J. Hockenson get that malice from the Lions Nation? One, he had a breakout game. Two, he didn't have a lot of drops. He had a drop here or there, but he really didn't get showcased enough to drop the ball enough. All right, he didn't really have those the monumental drops. And then again, Matthew Stafford got injured, which took a lot of pressure off a lot of the pass catchers because everybody knew Driscoll, Blog, not that good. But they moving on from Ebron. He only 26 years old, though. Amazing athlete, and he kind of reminds you of Pettigrew from this standpoint. And this is why he got a lot of hate. Him and Pettigrew will drop the routine passes, but they had catch the incredible, spectacular catches. We could be out in the yard, and I could throw from one driveway to another driveway to Ebron, he'd drop it. You know what I'm saying? But, you go out a little bit further, and you throw a erratic, inaccurate pass across the street, and Ebron's the type of guy that'll run and catch it and fall on his shoulder, and you're like, damn, he caught that. But he just didn't catch the routine catch. And that's the type of player he is. And it'll always be malice for him coming here. It'll always be, disdain. I don't want to say hatred for him. Because when the fans got on him in the social media era, he would bark back. He'd say some questionable things like he didn't want to be here. And at the end of the day, you couldn't blame him. This is a kid. He's been gone for 2 seasons. He's 26. He's still learning. But at the end of the day, when he was having success and he still speak online topics on social media and stuff of that nature, and it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to deal with all that flack in social media land. So I don't really dislike the guy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fall on his feet. I want to see him succeed here, but it's hard when somebody bark back and stand up for themselves. And then it's hard when you pick a Ebron and you pass up on Odell Beckham and other guys like that, and Aaron Donald. And part of the problem was the Lions. They ran that card up quick that year. I'll never forget it. All these guys, it was rumors they should have moved up and took Sammy Watkins and they moved and they stayed there and they passed up on Donald. And it was rumors that the Packers want Eric Ebron. We need to take him. And it was a bad pick. But hey, they moving on from him. We'll see what I doubt if he have a reunion in Detroit. It'll shock me with all the tight ends we got. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel, just share the video, but the information is there as well. And let me know what you think about Indianapolis moving on from Eric Ebron. And it was a quick note from Chris Ballard. And I'll link that article in the description as well. Appreciate the love, support, man. It's so cold in the D today, man. So y'all bundle up. Happy New Year's. One time for the one time we go.